Hello, students. Welcome back to After School. Today, we are going to read a very interesting chapter from your course book, Where the Earth is Red. This is a wonderful story about a young boy named Hala who goes on an adventure to collect ideas so that he can become the leader of his tribe one day. So, children, are you ready? Let's begin. Before starting the chapter, let me ask you, have you ever tried to look for something and traveled far and wide for it? Did you learn anything new while on an adventure? Yes, you must have. Now read this story about a young boy and his misadventures. Why are these adventures misadventures? You'll find out. Where the earth is red and nothing grows other than palm trees, where shallow streams flow through banks full of pebbles, there live the Santals. Jalpa Murmu was the leader of a tribe of Santals that lived on the bank of the Kopai in Birbhum, on the border of Bihar and West Bengal. He had a son named Hala. So let me give you introduction of the chapter. Here earth is red. It means the color of this soil is red. Students, have you ever seen red soil? It is prevalent across the Deccan Plateau, covering large parts of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and southern Maharashtra, deriving its color from high iron content. And it is found in hilly or plateau regions, supporting crops like cotton, rice, millets, and oilseeds. This is the land where the Santals live. Only tall palm trees grow there, and tiny shallow streams flow gently, making soft music as they touch the pebbles. Shallow stream means streams with very little depth, and pebbles are the small, smooth stones. Now you must be wondering, who are Santals? The Santals are a tribal community living in a region called Kopai in Birbhum near the border of Bihar and West Bengal. Tribe means a group of people living together with the same customs and traditions. They are primarily located in the eastern Indian states of Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar, with significant populations also in Assam, Chhattisgarh, and Tripura, plus neighboring Bangladesh and Nepal. Now let's read further. After Jalpa, Hala was to be the leader of the tribe. Hala is brave and a wonder with his arrow, said Jalpa Murmu to himself. But that is not enough to be the leader of the tribe. So here, a respected man named Jalpa Murmu is the leader and Hala is his young son. Hala is brave, strong, and very skilled with his bow and arrow. In fact, he is such a good archer that people call him a wonder. Wonder means someone unusually skilled. But Jalpa Murmu knows something very important. A leader needs more than strength. A leader must have ideas and wisdom. Children, what do you think makes a good leader? Is it muscles? No, it is the mind. Son, Jalpa Murmu said to Hala, you must get a couple of ideas for yourself. You will need them to lead the tribe after me. Just tell me where to get them, father, answered Hala. I will be back with them in a minute. I cannot tell you where to get ideas from. You will have to think for yourself, replied Jalpa Murmu. So, Jalpa gives Hala some excellent advice. He says that Hala must find ideas, but he does not tell him where to look. This is a lesson for all of us. Sometimes we must discover things on our own. Experience is the best teacher. Think about it, children. If someone simply gives us every answer, will we learn? No. We must think, observe, and explore, which Hala is going to do now. Let's see what kind of ideas he gets. Early next morning, Hala Murmu set out from his village to look around for some ideas. In a red band around his waist, he had two gold coins that his father had given him. So Hala wastes no time. Early in the morning, when most people are still half asleep, Hala begins his journey. His father gives him two gold coins, which he kept in a red band around his waist, and starts walking towards the east. Next page. Before that, let's read the cross curricular corner. Santals are the third largest tribe in India and they live mainly in the states of West Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, and Jharkhand. In all these states, red soil is found. The word Santal means a calm, peaceful man. Alright? Let me go east, he decided. As he walked, the earth below his feet changed color. It became darker and softer, and finally turned wet and green. As he crossed the river Ajay, which lay wide and shining between Birbhum and Burdwan, he saw a farmer working in a field of paddy. This shows that Hala is curious and brave. He wants to explore the world on his own, to gain knowledge and ideas instead of staying safely at home. This journey is not just physical, it is also a journey of his learning and self discovery. So Hala observed that the soil changed color. It became darker and softer, and finally wet and green. The hard ground becomes soft and grassy. Hala crosses the river Ajay and reaches a place called Burdwan. There he sees a farmer working in a paddy field. Paddy field means a rice field where rice is grown. Okay? What place is this, brother farmer? Hala stopped and asked. Fool, do you not know this is Burdwan on this side of the river and that is Birbhum over there? Hala did not like being called a fool. He said, I may be a fool, but I'm not going to stay one. I'm going to get ideas for myself, then go back and become the leader of my tribe after my father. I see, remarked the farmer, stopping his work. But tell me, how are you going to get those ideas of yours? Will you go shopping for them? What I had thought was that I would hunt for them. Hala answered very seriously. But if you can tell me where they are sold, I do not mind shopping for them either. What will you shop with? Asked the farmer. Have you got any money with you? Now comes an important dialogue which reveals Hala's character and the farmer's practical nature. Let's look at the dialogue once again. Hala's question was, what place is this, brother farmer? It shows Hala is polite, curious, and willing to learn from others. Calling the farmer brother shows respect. And farmer's reply was, Fool, do you not know? This is Burdwan on this side of the river and that is Birbhum. Birbhum is a district in West Bengal while Burdwan is the name of a former district in the same state. Alright, so farmer's reply shows that the farmer speaks rudely and he thinks that everyone should know such basic things. This shows that knowledge is relative. What seems obvious to one person may be new to another. Right? And look at Hala's wise response. I may be a fool, but I'm not going to stay one. This is a very powerful line. It tells us that Hala accepts that he does not know everything. He is determined to learn and he believes that ignorance can be changed through effort. This reflects a growth mindset, an important value. So, Hala says he wants to get some ideas, and the farmer jokes, will you go shopping for them? This shows the farmer thinks ideas are not things you can buy, and he speaks practically and humorously, right? But Hala replies seriously, I would hunt for them. This innocence makes Hala lovable and shows his simplicity, his strong desire to learn, even if he doesn't fully understand how learning happens. Right? You cannot buy ideas, but that's how innocent he is. Final question by the farmer was, what will you shop with? Have you got any money? This brings the conversation back to reality. The farmer reminds Hala that learning requires effort. Dreams alone are not enough. Okay? I have two big gold coins with me, said Hala. Well, said the farmer, if you give me those gold coins, I can sell you my own ideas. That will save me a lot of trouble, answered Hala. He handed the gold pieces over to the farmer. The farmer tucked the money into the folds of his dhoti and smiled. So farmer gets an idea of his own. He tells Hala, why search far away? I will tell you two very good ideas. Hala is innocent and trusts him. He quickly gives both gold coins. The farmer folds the coins tightly and tucks them into his dhoti. Tucked means put safely into a small space, and dhoti means a traditional cloth worn by Indian men. Okay, so now he says, now here are my ideas. One, whenever I visit a house and find a mat spread on the floor, I never sit down at once. It gives the impression that what suits the others suits me as well. I move it a little away from where it is placed. Two, whenever I go for a dip in a pond, I never use the side everyone else is using. It gives the impression that I am just the same as them. I always bath a little away from the others. And now that you have got your money's worth, move off and let me work. So the farmer shares his clever ideas. Idea number one, when you enter someone's house, do not sit exactly where the mat is placed, move it a little. This creates the impression that you will do what others are doing and that you can adjust. Impression means the idea people get about you. Second idea, when bathing in a pond, you can also say bathing. When bathing in a pond, do not use the same side that everyone uses. Stand a little away from the crowd. This makes you appear different and noticeable. And with this, the farmer sends Hala away. He says, now that you have got your money's worth, move off and let me work. One's money's worth means the full value for the money one has paid for something. He means to say that his ideas were worth 2 gold coins. Alright, next page. With that, the farmer began to tend his field once more. So now, farmer began tending his fields means tend means to take care of. Hala crossed back across the river and began to turn homewards, but he lost his way some hours later. It was growing dark and he was tired. See, everything is going wrong. There was a village in the distance. With aching legs, he dragged himself there. So, as Hala walks back home, it becomes dark. He also gets lost. Now, what can he do? He was tired. His legs were aching, means his legs were paining. He dragged himself. Dragged means he was so exhausted that he pulled himself forcefully. All right. Next, just where the village began, there was a pond with people bathing in it. Hala thought he would take a dip before going into the village to seek shelter for the night. He walked up to the steps on one side of the pond where the villagers were having their baths. Then he stopped. Had he not bought the idea that one should never use the side of the pond that everyone uses? Right? That was the first idea he has purchased. That one should be different from the rest. He went over to the other side. It was overgrown with grass and weeds. Obviously, because nobody took bath there, that is why that place was overgrown with grass. There was so much grass and so much weeds there. As Hala went down for his dip, something shiny caught his eyes. It was a huge pot of gold coins. A thief must have hidden it, he thought. So Hala reaches a village with a pond where people are bathing. He thought of taking a dip in the river before seeking. Seeking means finding shelter for the night, before seeking shelter. He remembers the farmer's second idea, do not use the same side of the pond. So he goes to the overgrown side full of weeds. Weeds means wild plants growing where they are not wanted, especially among crops or garden plants. So weeds are the unwanted plants. All right. Suddenly something shiny catches his eye. A pot full of gold coins. Hala thinks, oh, a thief must have hidden it here. Who must have hidden it there? Now let's find out what happens next in the next part of this video. Thank you. Bye bye.